Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Love Grows Tarot. I'm here to do a tarot card reading for the sun sign of Pisces in the month of September. If you like these readings, please subscribe. If you want notifications of upcoming readings, please ring the bell. Comments are very welcome, and I will leave any descriptions in the description box below. Follow me on Instagram. I do a daily reading there. You go to hashtag #LoveGrowsTarot. I take donations. You can leave them at paypal.me/LoveGrowsTarot. They're very appreciated, and they do go right back into my craft. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I have some construction going on across the way, and I am under a deadline, so I have to get this reading done. So you'll have to excuse any noise that you hear. I apologize. These readings are general readings. They're not going to resonate with absolutely everyone. And the themes and energies in these readings can also take place in the future. So feel free to come back and review these readings at any time. I am guided by my tarot cards and spirit, and basically I just keep shuffling till the appropriate cards present themselves. I begin with 3 opening cards, one that represents the past, one that represents the future, and one that represents the present. I follow through with the rest of the reading, and then I end with a subconscious card, what your subconscious is trying to let you know at this present time. So let's get on with this reading for the sun sign of Pisces in the month of September, beginning with a card that represents the past. What does Pisces need to know about the past? So it's coming from the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords is about betrayal, deception, heaviness in the heart, things from the past, that relationships, 3-party relationships. For some people, it can be health problems related to the heart. Most of the times, this card represents information that may be being exposed, or past experiences that have left scars on you, made a little jaded, a little reluctant about your future relationships and maybe your present relationships, or maybe you yourself were the instigator in this kind of energy. So this card's coming up from the past. It wants you to reflect on its energies and what it means to you. If you are in a relationship and you've had previous relationships that had been filled with deceit or betrayal, you might have a pattern going there, and you might have to look at your self-esteem, your self-love, your confidence, just how these patterns you may be creating these patterns, how this type of people continuously gravitate towards you, and try and do some changes there. Anyway, this is the card that you're going to have to focus on from the past at this present time. So let's see what's going on in the present moment. Maybe this will give us a little more clarity to why the 3 of Swords from the past is making its presence today. So a card that represents the present, this present moment in time for Pisces. The present. So we have got 2 big cards. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. So these are major arcana cards that are coming up for you right now. We're going to start with the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune represents time, and how time has its own patterns. Time goes up and down. When you're down, it will go up, and when you're up, it can come down. It's a card of good fortune, but it's also a time of change. It's a constant change. So the Wheel of Fortune is here, so something's changing at the present time, and you're going to be learning a life lesson from it. So if you feel that you've been in a downshift, it's going to start going up. Or if you have been in an upshift and you have taken this upshift for granted in any way, then it's going to start going down. So this is the Wheel of Fortune. This is time taking place. So, and it is destiny and it is fate all sort of wrapped into one. So big changes are going to happen for you. And this is the wheel turning. So these are things that may come unexpected that you haven't really had planned, but they're life lessons that are coming in right now for you to teach you. The next major arcana card that we got with this one is from the Moon. So the Moon is about cycles as well. So we have two cards that are about cycles. The Moon has its own set of cycles, and it'll let you know when to rest and when not to rest. The Moon is also about fear and facing your fears. And it's also about transformation. As you face your fears, you change and you transform. So these are two big cards that are happening right now. So you've got a lot of change and a lot of life lessons going on for you at the moment. So it's going to be a big time for you coming up, if you haven't already started feeling the effects of these two cards. So really deal with those things, especially your fears, you know, because facing your fears is also going to be able to dictate how the Wheel of Fortune operates for you at this present time. The Wheel of Fortune can sometimes be like a Saturn return, where it's like, you know, a very like disciplinary kind of energy. So this is going on for you right at this moment. And then we have the Three of Swords coming up from the past. So it's a time for change, and it's a time to look back at the past, at what your relationships were like, and apply those reflections into these big changes that are coming up for you. And so the Moon is a big energy. For some of you, you might already apply yourself to the moon cycles. So this is a good idea if you do know how the moon waxes and wanes, and how you can follow these patterns and to help yourself with your successes and with your growth and with your expansion. If you aren't aware of the moon at that level, then maybe you can look into it, because there's plenty of information out there that you can go to, and maybe you can start getting into the cycles of the moon, and maybe that is going to help you in a lot of ways for what's coming up. So the next card we have is for the future, and this is the Ace of Swords here. So the Ace of Swords is gateways. These are gifts. All the aces are gifts. So these are big openings and big opportunities going down a path. The path you'll be going with this particular card is the Swords. So the Swords are the air signs, and it's all about ideas and thoughts and communication. So there's going to be a big opening for communication for you, for your ideas, for your thoughts, writing, anything that has to do with your mind and what your mind is thinking and expressing in ideas. It's really going to be a good time for a lot of opportunities for this path to open up for you. It's also, the Swords are very truthful and very honest and very straightforward and very outspoken. So it's also a time for you to get more in line with your truth, with your true authentic self, and just truth in general. Try and establish a practice where if you find yourself in untruths, then change them to truth. So just don't say anything at all. Learn to be guided by your truth, as opposed to perhaps making up things or untruths, or polishing things over because you're trying to embellish them for whatever reason. So that's coming up for the future. Good opportunities with the Swords, but also a time to be very honest with yourself and honest with others. So let's get on with the rest of the reading. So we have a couple of cards here. We have the Nine of Wands. So there's going to be a period of rest, but it's also because of a lot of hard work. So the Wands are all about your desire, your drive, your determination. And this is a card about determination, because when you're at the 9, you're really close to a completion, the end of a cycle. But you have to hang in there. And you probably put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and and now you're just sort of reviewing, all that you put. And the funny thing about 9s is that this is the moment, a make or break moment for a lot of people, because this is the time where you either let go or you follow through, because people can't see that the end is really close, and so they put so much hard work into it, and then they look at it and it's just like this this huge thing, and they aren't seeing the successes yet. They're just seeing sort of the toll that it's taken, and then they'll drop off and give up or move on to something else. So it's really important that you stick with whatever you're doing, whatever projects or things that you're doing. It has been hard work, and it does take its toll, but there will be a payoff for you. And then the next card we have, which is very fitting for the Three of Swords, is the Devil. So the Devil's another major arcana card, so this is another life lesson coming through you. The Devil is all about temptation, it's about addiction, it's about lustful relationships, not ones that are full of love and truth and kindness and respect. They're more sexual, lustful kind of relationships. So because the Three of Swords is coming up for you, and this is popping up, you need to make some changes in whether you are prone to addiction, whether temptations take over your work world, because these successes take hard work, and if you are distracted by the Devil, then it takes you away from your focus, and it takes you away from those things that really will have a bigger impact on your life than just what this Devil offers you. So the Devil's here for life lessons. So you really need to review why the Devil's here and what the Devil is doing to you in your life, and how it's affecting your relationships and how it's affecting your career. And then the next card we have is the Three of Wands. So we got a couple of wands going on here. So we're looking at your projects, your goals, your work, your career. So this one is expansion. Threes are expansion and moving out into worldwide success. Reaching out, getting your brand out there, communicating with the world. Maybe even thinking of ideas of places to go, to set up, your new, set up a new place for yourself, and to take your brand or whatever it is that you have and move it over to another location and begin to grow there. Going overseas or whatever it is. It's the card of expansion, so there's time right now for you to expand on what you're doing. You just have to resolve this Devil thing, because the Nine's an awesome card, knowing that you're really close to success, and then the Three is about taking that success even further and branching out into new areas. But the Devil's going to be the problem if you don't really take care of that. Then that's really going to put a halt to both of the energies of this card. And then we have the Queen of Cups. So the Queens are the masters of, the Queens are wise, the Queens are knowledgeable, the Queens are experienced instead of, they're masterful or mastery. So the Queen of Cups is the water signs, just like you, Pisces, so you are represented in the cups. Also, Cancer is, and so is Scorpio. So the court cards don't necessarily have to be people of that particular sun sign. They could be just people with a very intuitive, emotional, nurturing, caring, watery side to them. The court cards are also people in your life, people that you meet, people that inspire you. So this Queen's coming in for you in the month of September. Now she also, because she can represent you, Pisces, would want you to step up to her role. So her role is very nurturing, caring, intuitive, emotional, and sensitive. So she really excels in the metaphysics, she really excels in the arts, she really excels in healing, taking care of others. So if you need to bring more of this Queen into your own personal world, now is the time to do it. Otherwise, she's going to be someone around you with all these qualities that is going to teach you, inspire you, and lead you in the right direction. What else does Pisces need to know about in the month of September? Pisces in the month of September. So we have Temperance, which is wonderful, another major arcana card. So Temperance now lies right below the Devil, and Temperance is what you're going to need to keep you away from the temptations of the Devil. Temperance is balance. Temperance is looking at your world and balancing everything and making sure that everything's well balanced, and you're not. The devil would be the off balance for sure. That would take you way off balance, especially when we're bracketed by these two powerful project and career success cards. And then we have temperance right below. She's telling you to find balance and create a balance. She's also very spiritual energy, so you might find that your spiritual work or spirituality in general will also help you with this devil and the devil's hold on you. All right, and these are life lessons, so you have to make the changes. There's significant cards giving you significant information on what you need to do to make positive changes in your life so that opportunities like this Ace of Swords can come through. Or else, if you're stuck with the devil, then this is all gonna it's just gonna not happen. So really, really apply yourself to the work that it takes to relieve yourself of the temptation from the devil. What else does Pisces need to know about in the month of September? So we have the Emperor. So the Emperor is another major arcana, so you're really going through some changes this month. So this is the father figure of the major arcana. The Emperor can be represented by Aries, so if someone with the sun sign of Aries, if someone with the sun sign of Aries signifies anything in your life, then yes, then it's going to be an Aries father type figure. If not, then it's just a father type figure. The Emperor is the responsible father type figure that teaches you how to navigate through life, teaches you how to build strong foundations, teaches you how to be reliable, teaches you how to be committed, teaches you discipline, teaches you everything that a father would teach you, a good father would teach you. So the father figure is coming through for you. For some, it may have been a father figure that may not have been around, and so because of this, there wasn't that kind of nurturing from that father kind of energy, so that might be missing in your life, and so you really haven't had a chance to trying to bring that into yourself without having that father figure to grow up with, to really sort of slowly instill those ideas. Sometimes you get a little fragmented, and it really has sort of a toll on the way that you do things and how you do things. You still can have success, but it definitely is like the missing piece. So this person, this father type figure might be coming in as well as a mentoring energy, but it is some changes that have to be made because these are the major arcana. So there is a significant change that has to happen there with that type of energy. If it is the past and a father that wasn't really around for you, then you need to step up with this kind of energy and make sure that what you're doing is got a really strong foundation, and that the type of successes that you're going for, you'll reach without it falling apart at any point. Or just be committed. Take those kind of commitments. Think about how a father, a truly good father, would raise his children, and try and recreate that kind of energy within yourself so that you can go forward. So the next card we have is the King of Pentacles. So the Pentacles are your earth signs. That's Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. The Pentacles represent finances, they represent material possessions, they represent worldly goods. So this king is very experienced, very knowledgeable, very wise. He could be in finances, he could be a designer, he could be somebody that's really gifted with the whole idea of material goods and the earth in general, and like that kind of earthiness, that kind of connected to nature, that kind of really grounded energy. So this king is coming in for you as well. So it might be a financial boon. It might be somebody that's just really, really grounded, and especially with the Emperor, this type of king would be be a good father figure, would be very grounded and very practical and very methodical in his approach. So his lessons would be amazing and really well thought out and really well, really well taken in by whoever happens to be the person that's learning from this type of king. So the king's coming in for you, Pisces, in the month of September. Now, the court cards, once again, can be people that are already in your lives, and this will be a very inspiring and very teaching kind of person for you. Or it could be somebody that just inspires you in general. Maybe you go out someplace and you meet somebody and kind of like significant impact this person has on you is very inspiring and is very takes you up a level in the way that you think about yourself or the way that you think about the world around you. So this king's coming in for you for the month of September. So watch out for him because he's going to be a good energy. Then we have another major arcana card. So we have 6 major arcana cards this month. That's a lot of lessons that need to be learned. So the Hermit is about solace, independence, taking time for introspection, meditation, deep wisdom, experience, your experiences. For some, it might be going away and doing some writing or doing some healing and taking the space to really self-reflect and find out what's going on. And we also have the 3 of these guys that are really, really important as far as the play goes, because we do have the Devil, and then we have Temperance that helps you balance out that kind of neediness for those kind of temptations or for those lustful kind of relationships. And then we have the Hermit that takes you into really looking inside you and really trying to figure yourself out and figure out how this devil, it sits in your life and how you can apply temperance to this, trying to resist this kind of energy. And then this will take you away from all of that, so you have the time and the place to really get away and really get inside yourself and really think about how this situation plays out and how you're going to move forward with this kind of energy. And writing things down as well is a very healing modality, and it could be very cathartic because it could, as you write things down, you're thinking about how things are. The 3 of Swords is in play for you in the month of September, coming up from the past. So this might be sort of the seed that sort of planted this kind of energy going on here. And then you've got the Wheel of Fortune, which means change, and there's a lot of big changes coming on, so that's like an indication of just what's going on with these major arcana cards. And then we've got fear too, doubt and fear, and just sort of your inner, the inner shadow side of yourself, and sort of facing that and facing it, getting to it face to face, and really sort of embracing it as part of you, and then just trying to figure out how you can move about it with that kind of energy. So face your fears is a big, huge thing for you in the month of September as well. And then at the end we have the 9 of Swords. So the 9 of Swords is 9 of Swords is the things that keep you up at night, the anxieties, the depression, fears, worries, all those things, nightmares, all those things that keep you up at night. So that's going to be a part of the adjustment throughout these big changes for you in the month of September. Keep moving forward though with, because you do have the Wands, so keep moving forward with whatever projects or whatever things that you're doing, because this is all a lot. This is internal work going on here, but you still have a lot of outer work, and don't drop the ball on that, because that's still going to be very important. And you are going to have to face that dark night of the soul with all this catharticism going on, all this stuff that is going to be dredged up, and how you're going to deal with it. But with Pisces though, when things start getting really heavy, they have a tendency to escape. So try not to do that. Try to maintain, keep yourself up. Keep yourself, don't lock yourself into this kind of energy. Don't like hide away and, think that, like to deal with it in that kind of way, because that's not going to be a good way for you. And then the other card that came up with the Nine of Swords is the King of Cups. So you've got two kings that are making their presence for you in the month of September. The King of Cups are the water signs, and we've got the Queen of Cups. So that's kind of interesting that we have both the Queen and King. The King's the water sign, so that's you, Pisces. That's Cancer, and that's Scorpio. So like I said, it's not written in stone that the court cards have to be represent the exact sun signs of the suit, but there is possibilities and synchronicities that come up within that idea. So watch for that. The King and the Queen are both very nurturing cards. You have a lot of love and a lot of healing energy coming through for you during this time of change. So that's really, really positive. So if opportunities like that come up where you do find people that are healers that can help you and get you through some of this darkness, please take advantage of that, because it's going to be very useful for you. And the final card is from your subconscious, and that's coming from the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords has that really, like I was just saying, that kind of escapist attitude. When things get crunchy, he grabs what he can and then he goes. So your subconscious is connecting to that part of you, and it really wants you to be a witness to that and to realize that can be a tool, that fight or flight kind of mechanism that we all have, but it also can be a hinder to you. It can take you away from things. And you've got the wands here, so that, that's really important that you stay put for these two cards. So your subconscious wants you to figure out what's going on there and to be aware of it and see it as, it's good. I mean, it's a mechanism that we all have, and it's a mechanism that we need in order to protect ourselves. But sometimes you use it in ways that, because you don't want to deal with things, sometimes you'll use it in ways that really aren't healthy. And then you get into this kind of Nine of Swords stuff going on, right? Where you sort of isolate yourself and the darkness sort of sets in, and you're dealing with all this, like, when you need to really be more open about it and get to the people that want to help you, get to the people that want to nurture you, get to the people that want to care for you, get for the people that want to help you out through all of these big kind of changes. So that's it for your reading for the sign of September, Pisces. You've got lots of work to do this month. There's no denying that. Hang in there with whatever this means, because this is going to be important, because you can get through all these changes. You just have to apply. So with tarot card readings, if you can't just let the cards do everything for you. You can't just sit here and go, oh, well, these were the cards and this is what's going to happen. You have to participate. These cards are just guiding you. They're just guiding you on a path of change and expansion and growth and transformation. But you have to put the work in. So always remember that with tarot cards. It's like, it's up to you to make the changes in order for the energies of these cards to work through. So you are going to come out on the positive end of things. You are going to make some great changes. These are going to be life changes. These are going to be things that you can put in your toolbox going forward, and you can eliminate a lot of the baggage and the heaviness, and then things are going to be a lot more brighter for you and a lot more uplifting, and you won't have to deal with that kind of like fight or flight kind of energy anymore, because you'll be able to handle situations as they come up. So that's your reading for September, Pisces. I hope you enjoy these readings. If you like my readings, please subscribe. If you want notifications of upcoming readings, please ring the bell. Comments are very welcome. Any descriptions I will leave in the description box below. Follow me on Instagram. I do a daily reading there, #LoveGrowsTarot. And donations are welcome. You can go to paypal.me/LoveGrowsTarot and leave them there. They are greatly appreciated. They go back into my craft, so thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's going to be it. Yeah, do the work, Pisces, because it's going to pay off in so many ways. And in hindsight, you'll realize just, how fortunate it was for you to sort of like take on these big cards at this moment in time. All right, stay safe, and I will see you next time.